I totally get it. It is a super exciting and romantic notion to be able to flip a house, to buy a fixer-upper. We watch the shows on HGTV, and it looks like there's these pretty inexperienced people that don't know a lot that's going on, and they kind of stumble into making an extra 50, 60, $100,000. And human nature is like, hey, I want to do that too. And honestly, that's how I got into real estate, as a matter of fact. I've been selling real estate for over 21 years here in Central Indiana, but actually got into selling real estate through investing. So I've been investing and flipping homes since 2002. So I've done well over 200 homes in my career of just flipping, and then rentals and things like that as well too. And I just want to talk to you today about kind of the pros and cons of buying a fixer-upper. One of the things that I've learned the hard way in many instances over the years is a lot of people are looking for distressed houses. You really want to try to find a distressed seller. And that can mean a lot of different things. It could be, maybe somebody that is in foreclosure, which those have not been all that much in the last few years. And I don't think we're going to see a huge bump in that. But it could be somebody that's just maybe just a little bit more motivated because maybe they bought one house before selling, before selling another one. So there's an increased motivation to do that. It could be a divorce situation, somebody that's losing a job, or maybe somebody that's relocating out of the area. A lot of times finding more of a distressed seller, or more, quote unquote motivated seller, is sometimes a better way to go than a fixer-upper. What I've seen with a fixer-upper a lot of times is, there's the visual inspection, which can only cover the visual components of the home, but there can be hidden issues, a lot of structural things, almost always mold somewhere, whether it's in the attic or like a crawl space. We almost always see that with homes that need work that are kind of just below the surface. Sometimes it can be, other things too. With it can be issues with like, the sewer line, or the OSB board underneath the roof. Things that can be just a little bit harder to tell, right? So, and one of the things I tell my clients, and I've done this myself, take your timeline and your budget and basically double it. That's how long and how much money it's going to take you. So if you think you're going to get something done in 30 days and for $20,000, in my experience, it's probably going to take closer to 60 days and $40,000. Again, kind of generally speaking there. Another thing to think about too, especially if you're trying to live in the home and you maybe want to fix it up, if you're going to spend 50 grand to do a renovation, right now with current interest rates, which, let's call them 6.5 right now, they're as low as they've been in 10 months. For an extra 50 grand down on a property, that opens up about $325 a month, reduces your payment by about $325 a month. So basically you're putting 50 grand into a property if you're doing the repairs yourself, or if you would have bought something that didn't need all the repairs, all of the time, all of the hassle, it would have only upped your mortgage by about $325. Now, there are programs that some lenders have that do enable you to, whether if you get an FHA 203K loan, or some lenders have what's called a toolbox loan, where they will actually lend you the money for the repairs, but that you cannot do that work yourself. That work has to be done by licensed and insured and bonded contractors that are approved through the lender. And if you have a contractor that wants to enter into that program with the lender, they certainly can apply to do that, but there are strings attached to that. And those are things that you need to know. And so what I tell clients is, if you're not really a savvy professional buyer and really have a lot of courage and the ability to take risk and to take some hits, you may want to be cautious about buying a fixer-upper, but you do want to maybe look for a realtor and a team that can maybe help you identify distressed or motivated sellers. Again, I help clients do both of those things. I've had success myself doing both of those things, but I really kind of like to give people the whole picture on that, because at the end of the day, what I see many times is by the time you put all of the work and the effort and the time into it, you really may not have that much more equity at the end of the day, most of the time. So that's kind of just a cautionary tale from somebody that's been in the trenches for, over 20 years doing this. Again, there are exceptions. I've been an exception many times, and I've also lost money doing it as well too. And I have some friends and clients that have been in both sides of that as well too. But if you want to talk with a realtor that gives you the straight story, gives you the whole picture so you can make the most informed decision, that's what we do here at Associates, and we're never too busy for your referrals. Thanks so much.
I consistently put out helpful content for those that are currently in the real estate market. This information can be extremely helpful for your buying and selling needs, so be sure you like and subscribe here. And most importantly, leave a comment to let us know if this video was helpful for you. We are here to help the Central Indiana community, and we always love your thoughts and questions. Follow now, and we'll see you on our next helpful video.